we are going to talk about esoteric events while living in the United States. Om Hrim Bhuvaneshwari Namaha. Om Hrim Bhuvaneshwari Namaha. Om Hrim Bhuvaneshwari Namaha. I'll be painting my nails. Don't mind me. So, December 31st. December 31st, 2025, moon was in Krittika nakshatra. I looked this up for this video. On that day, I went to work. I was not really notified that I would be working on the New Year's Eve, and there was no particular arrangement for it was a regular work day for everyone who went to the work site. And I noticed something unusual behind the counter because we had to check out people who wanted to buy items from the store. And it was a brown leather wallet. I told this story to somebody and they really encouraged me to share it, share my stories. So I'm sharing it here first. So we had the chance to look inside the brown wallet, and there was an ID, there was an Amex card, there was also a receipt from a local restaurant. The receipt of the local restaurant was a pretty famous one, and I've been there. So then I understood that this person, even though the ID said the person was from out of town, he knew his way around and he wasn't a total psycho. So yeah, December 31st, we find a lost wallet. And my colleague, who was more experienced and he lived here for a longer time, he thought everything was fine. And he was really looking forward to meeting this person the next day, January 1st, when the moon was going to be in Rohini Nakshatra. And I'm internally a little bit unsettled because I'm thinking, well, what if this was a setup? What if this person left his wallet on purpose and he wanted to tell the management that somehow something happened to his wallet on December 31st, and now the people on January 1st will have to pay the price of the fact that so-called contents were lost from his wallet? That was my thinking because I was more educated in that line of thinking. And the next day, my story is that the man came in. He was 6 foot tall, and he did not really look like his ID photo. But then, as like a gesture of goodwill, he bought a bottle of wine. He came up to the counter to pay for the wine. I said, "Are you going to pay for that?" And then he said, "Yes, but where's my wallet?" And then I went to the staff room and I told my colleague that this person is here. And my colleague decided to personally hand him back his wallet, and everything went well, according to my colleague. And he paid for the wine and then he left the store. And that was when Moon was in Rohini Nakshatra, January 1st, 2026. And for me, I, yeah, I just did not like that encounter at all. And then when I told my friend also told me a similar story. When she was on the plane, somebody dropped their wallet and it rolled all the way back to where she was sitting. And then she looked into the contents as well and she identified who that person was according to the contents of the wallet. And then she found the person when the plane landed. She gave that wallet back to the person, who's also a man, by the way. And then he was also shocked. He did not know he lost his wallet. And so my friend thought like she was lucky to have found it, and she wasn't really that paranoid compared to me, whereas I was thinking, I don't want to be that person to do this thing. I am so suspecting of these types of events. And then this time around, when the tornado hit the Midwest, some guy from out of town went to a local gas station. And then when he went to that gas station, while he's walking into the convenience store, lightning struck him and then he died. And this was in the news, but then the chances of you coming to the Midwest and dying in the Midwest while you're at this random gas station, yeah, these events really tick me off a little. And condolences to the family. I hope, like, everything went well in terms of his afterlife stuff, and, I don't know his name, but he looks like a nice guy. I don't think he deserved it, but that's how he ended up in, the Midwest. He went to a Quick Trip, and in Quick Trip, they have this saying, I learned about this when I moved here, "See you again next time." But then if you don't believe in reincarnation, you're never gonna see that guy again. But this guy who's lost his wallet at our store, we saw him again. So he visited us on December 31st. He visited us again on January 1st, and he got his stuff back. So